Do you love vintage toys from the 80s, 70s, 60s, and beyond? If so, I can't recommend Billy Galaxy's namesake vintage toy shop enough. One of the last bastions of old Portland, Billy Galaxy carries vintage Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Mask, hard-to-find Japanese toys, and so much more. Remember muscle figures? Billy's got them. Looking for a vintage lunchbox? Which one? Comics? Oh, you betcha. They have comics. Billy Galaxy is located at 812 West Burnside Street, here in Portland, Oregon, near Powell City of Books, and is open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Give them a call at 503-227-8253 or visit online at billygalaxy.com. Billy Galaxy, the toys from your past are here waiting for you.
And now, on with the show.
If you like cheap and tacky indie music, you'll love cassettes. Anybody can make them at home.
I myself am one of the youngest people in the vinyl community.
Oh, good for you! And how was it?
The sound engineer is ready.
What the hell's going on here?
I just want to be able to talk shit about people and not get written up in picture.
Oh, this is fucking ponderous, man. Ponderous, fucking ponderous.
Coming to you live after the fact, it's
Afterglow Echoplex!
It's Afterglow Echoplex! Featuring musical guests, Art Block, Corduroy Institute, Dude Chill, Goodbye Charlemagne, Intentions, Mersey Skies, with Pat and Mac, The Prince, Rune Puzzles, Sloan, Snow on Mars, Treasure Coast, The Noises Inside featuring Court Lee, and your host, Anthony King. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony King!
Welcome back to the Afterglow Echoplex, an indie rock mixtape podcast, and to this special bonus Halloween episode of the show. This year, I am, of course, as you just heard, going as the late, great Don Pardo. Rest in power, my liege. The concept of this podcast is simple. I made you, the listening audience, a 60-minute virtual cassette mixtape featuring contemporary underground indie rock bands of the shoegaze and shoegaze-adjacent varieties. But instead of simply truffle hunting some songs and mindlessly throwing them like a bowl of spaghetti against a playlist on a wall, I reached out to the 14 bands you'll hear on this episode and asked them each for permission to feature their songs. They graciously did, thus making this mixtape, come on, say it with me now, a collaborative effort. Now, I know what you're thinking. This guy doesn't know what I'm thinking. True, but you're also thinking, second October episode? Didn't the last episode of this podcast come out in September? Well, yes it did, smarty guy and or gal. I released the first October episode of the podcast in late September in order to get one final shout out in for the Dreamgaze PDX event, which took place at the Fixin' 2 here in Portland, Oregon at the end of last month. So technically, this is a second bonus October episode of the podcast. Not that there are songs here that are particularly scary. Some are irreverent, others are a bit Lynchian-esque. There is the spooky as all get out cover art for the mixtape, which comes to us courtesy of my good friend and Skeleton Key tattoo owner, Amina Quiros, who took this picture during a supermoon event we had here in Portland a couple of months ago. Oh, it's a big old moon hanging out over a church. Scary, right? Anyway, so for this episode's corrections, and I'm guessing there are going to be corrections for every episode going on infinitum, for all my hemming and hawing about great bands going it alone and not being on record labels, it turns out Goodbye Ranger actually is on a record label. That label is called Soleus Formosus Records, and they're out of Phoenix, Arizona. My apologies for the oversight, Goodbye Rangers and Soleus Formosus Records. There is no such thing as due diligence after the fact, and I humbly apologize for this oversight. Besides Goodbye Ranger, this label also features releases by The Northern Two and Sway. Please see show notes for links to this record label. Now, I do my best with the equipment that I have available to me, namely the voice memos feature on my iPhone 10 and a free copy of Audacity, but getting some new recording and editing equipment, building a website, and refinishing the helipad on my yacht's service yacht would be great. If you can chuck in a buck to keep this scrappy little operation going, please head on over to patreon.com/Afterglow Echoplex. Your help keeps this whole shebang going and is greatly appreciated by yours truly. Now, on with the show! Today's mix kicks off with the band Rune Puzzles. Now, I don't know about you, but I often find the best place to listen to music is while driving my car. Sometimes I'll go for a drive with no destination in mind just to listen to music, and needlessly burn fossil fuels. Swap out music with meditation in my inclination, and you have the song that kicks off this episode's mixtape. This is Rune Puzzles with the song Meditate While Driving. You are listening to the Afterglow Echoplex podcast.
I'm learning how to meditate while driving. It's something I have always hoped I could learn. I'm doing 95, eyes closed on the highway. I'm searching for a bliss that has to be earned. I'm screaming, but my mind could not be much more quiet. Thoughts passing like I'm passing cars while on the road. Tires screeching and no mirror on my passenger side. I'm manifesting, I don't get pulled over and towed. I link my hands and cross my legs. Keep my road rage at bay. Let this car fly away. So it leaves this concrete terrain. I'm laying in my fully reclined seat while passing through the meeting of 6 streets. My chakras are aligned, my check engine light blinks. Yeah, I'm clicking on those singing bowl YouTube live links. As the last thought exits my head, the car wheels leave the ground and we're flying ahead. Never thought my mind could be this clear. Now the weight of the vehicle almost in person on I-80 South. And fixed all our problems and tried to make things right every time. But my mistake at the start, it haunted us, even though every day I'd apologize. You know I loved you more than life itself. I cared about your soul more than you'll ever know. That mistake I made would bring back the darkness, and we'd lose control. I'm sorry for all the pain I caused. I always gave you all of my love. Didn't notice the signs, we were coming undone. You were slowly falling away. I was lost in the feeling of knowing how love will never end. Then the next day you were gone. So tell me, how can it go on? I know I'll never find love again like you. I'll never find that love. We always felt the wheel was broken. With only you, my heart was stolen. Now my empty chest only dreams for the best, for you to find your happiness. The pain of losing you makes it hard to live. Now I can only share my heart like this. Every day I'll be dreaming that you'll forgive me. I'm sorry for all the pain I caused. I always gave you all of my love. Didn't notice the signs, we were coming undone. You were slowly falling away. I was lost in the feeling of knowing how love will never
words are the essence, so let's not waste a second. Tearing me down, I was living for the leverage. Lift your feet and live a second. Never let go of your blessings. Catch your breath and find your parents. Pretty soon you gotta check them. I was searching for a dragon with my goonies, making fashion like damn, we look fantastic. How these call me fatiguing off the nasty. Trying to form some better habits. If you want it, better grab it. Never let up with your actions. Circles, only look for what was written. I ain't found it, so I guess I never wrote it. All the stories I was told, and we heroes grown old. I never seen it, I ain't leaving till I walk as the first. Goddamn it, we were running around in circles, only look for what was written. I ain't found it, so I guess I never wrote it. All the stories I was told, and we heroes grown old. I never seen it, I ain't leaving till I walk as the first.
worried about leaving. You always loved everything. I never betrayed. The meaningless greatness that we want. I was worried about leaving. You've always loved everything. I'll never betray. I was worried about leaving. You've always loved everything.
My Vinyl Underground isn't just one of Portland's best independent record shops, and that's saying a lot for this town, but it's literally underground. Located in the basement of the comic book shop, Books with Pictures, My Vinyl Underground specializes in new and used independent records, tapes, and CDs. From indie subgenres that run the gamut from twee to power pop to jangle pop to post-rock to post-punk to lo-fi bedroom rock and all points in between. My Vinyl Underground is located at 1401 Southeast Division Street. You can also find them online at jigsaw-records.com or by calling 503-928-4695. They're open Wednesday through Saturday, 12 to 6 p.m. My Vinyl Underground, a wealth of great independent music right under your feet. All right, welcome back to the show, and we just heard the song You Always Love Everything from San Diego, California's premier non-profitable Sonic Research Foundation, Corduroy Institute, from their 2023 album Take the Train to Manchester. Corduroy Institute's methodology involves creating experimental pop music via layered improvisations and singing lyrics derived from cut-ups. So it's basically like a focused sound collage, if I'm getting that right. They sent over a lot of technical information that I was kind of combing through and then realized I didn't fully understand. But let's just say these guys know what they're doing. I mean, the proof's in the pudding. I mean, you just heard that song. Before that, we heard Running Around from Goshen, Indiana's Shattered Porcelain from the 2024 self-released album Material Girl. Owing to the modular nature of both hip-hop and shoegaze, Shattered Porcelain's track here mixes both seamlessly. Hip-gaze? Is that a thing? Did I do that thing I hate? Where you jam two words together to make yet another permutation of something that doesn't really need it? I think I just did. Prior to that, we heard the song V from El Paso, Texas's Intentions from their 2022 self-released split single with the band Get Well. This song was written by Intentions' Christian Martinez for his wife, whose first name starts with the letter V. If you like what you just heard, look for new music by Intentions coming out this winter. Preceding that was the song Falling Away by Berlin, Germany's Mersey Skies from the 2024 self-released Falling Away single. Now, this band, Mersey Skies, they are an international four-piece, where the singer and guitarist, whose name is Joe, comes from Australia, while the lead singer, Nico, is located in Colombia. The bass player, Ricardo, and the drummer, Lucas, are both from Germany. Prior to that, we had the song Daydreamer by Brooklyn, New York's Treasure Coast from the 2024 self-released Daydreamer single. Besides being a very prolific producer, Treasure Coast's Christian Celia also has another band with a considerable amount of Spotify streams, 1 million and counting as a matter of fact, and they're called With Lions, which, if you liked what Treasure Coast is doing, go check out With Lions. I think you might be pleasantly surprised. Prior to that, we had Tell You Nothing by Portland, Oregon's The Prids from the 2024 self-released album I Only Care About You and Me. Now, this record was recorded at Jackpot Recording Studios by the one and only extremely legendary Larry Crane. He's the man behind the boards for albums by Elliott Smith, Cat Power, The Thermals. You may have heard of these bands. Given this most recent album, the Prids actually already have another album's worth of material set to record. So look forward to that in, hopefully, the near future. And we started off the set with Meditate While Driving by Brooklyn, New York's Rune Puzzles. This song, which was released in 2024, was created as one of the new tracks Rune Puzzles Ian Lavely made for his monthly show, Puzzle Club, where he and his friends stream performances from a lounge in Brooklyn. Puzzle Club features local talent performing music, comedy, puppetry, and more. The holy trinity of fun. Now, if you live in Brooklyn, find one of these shows, get to one of these shows, have fun at one of these shows, because they sound like an absolute blast. Why don't we have something like that here in Portland? Or do we? And I just don't know about it. I don't know. Okay, up next on the second side of today's mix, we have Goodbye Charlemagne. According to Kevin Froelich, the fellow behind Goodbye Charlemagne, the song you're about to hear is not a metaphor. It is literally about a guy who sees a broomstick with a wig on it and falls in love. And this I get, because I once fell head over heels for a car, a Nissan Figaro. This is a right-side drive, Art Deco-inspired two-door coupe from the 1990s that was only available in Japan for about 1 year. And 20 years later, it eventually found its way to our shores. I mean, seriously, this thing looks like something one of Bruce Wayne's lady friends would drive. The first time I saw one, I was smitten. Put a black bob wig on this car, and I think I would feel exactly the same way Kevin here feels about the broomstick in this song. This is Goodbye Charlemagne with Blonde Wig on a Broomstick. You are listening to the Afterglow Echoplex podcast.
I met a girl and I heard church bells ringing. The dark clouds separated and angels started singing. I asked her out but she brushed me off. I called and asked her what was up, but she just swept me under the rug. She was just a blonde wig on a broomstick. No, she wasn't a girl at all. She was just a broomstick with a blonde wig on. I guess that's why she won't return my calls. A blonde wig on a broomstick, and I was smitten from the start. She was just a broomstick with a blonde wig on, but she managed to steal my heart. Got a coffee from my neighborhood cafe, and that cute barista was giving me the eye. She gave me her number, said to call her sometime, but I just told her that I'm afraid she's not my kind. 'Cause she's not a blonde wig on a broomstick. No, she was just a human girl. And I'm into a broomstick with a blonde wig on. So it's never gonna work out with her. A blonde wig on a broomstick. Yeah, she's really got a handle on me. But since she's just a broomstick with a blonde wig on, I know it won't pan out in the least.
a baseball bat. I tried a mop that was wearing a hat. I tried wrapping a shirt around a chair, but there's just nothing that compares to my blonde wig on a broomstick. You know I've only got eyes for her. That's right, a broomstick with a blonde wig on has cleansed my heart of dust and dirt. She's just a blonde wig on a broomstick, but she's the only one who does it for me. Yeah, she's just a broomstick with a blonde wig on, and she swept me, yeah, she swept me off my feet.
intensity left their scars in an urban skull that tore us apart. I left my spirit in a box by the river Thames. You found it in a street somewhere in the East End. The message was so crumpled and worn. And the rhythm of our life sparked so much trouble and strife. And the leaders clamor together to make the poor man poorer than ever. Poorer than ever. I remember when I was young, I had a Lindrum. I used to make demos in my bedroom. I once saw a doctor. He didn't know what was wrong with me. He gave me some pills at 3:15. And the rhythm of our life sparked so much trouble and strife. And the leaders clamor together to make the poor man poorer than ever. Poorer than
Do you like getting tattoos? Sure, we all do. Skeleton Key Tattoo is one of Portland, Oregon's longest-running, women-owned, and friendliest tattoo shops in town, providing a clean, professional, and painfully fun tattooing experience. Skeleton Key is responsible for 90% of the tattoos that I have. And now that I'm thinking about it, I really need a new one. If you do too, swing by Skeleton Key's new location at 6635 North Baltimore Avenue, number 205, here in Portland, Oregon. Skeleton Key Tattoo is open from 12:30 to 7 p.m., Tuesday through Friday, and 1 to 6 p.m. on Sundays. Call 503-233-4292 for consultations and price quotes. Skeleton Key Tattoo can also be found online at skeletonkeytattooportland.com. Skeleton Key Tattoo, because that blank patch of skin ain't gonna expertly tattoo itself. Alright, welcome back to the show, and you just heard the song Poorer Than Ever by London, England's Art Block from the 2024 self-released Poorer Than Ever single. The instrumental version of the song, it should be noted, contains an 80s-style electronic guitar solo and is available on BandCamp and all streaming platforms. Kaleidoscope by Joshua Tree by way of New York City, Snow on Mars preceded that from their 2024 self-released Kaleidoscope single. To quote Snow on Mars' Dan Fiegelson, "I have made music for most of my life, but this is the first song I've released since getting clear on the sonic territory I want to explore, which is finding new avenues for autotune and other vocal manipulations in guitar music." Preceding that, we had At the Edge of Reality by Paris Francis Sloan from the 2024 self-released At the Edge of Reality single. This song will be part of Sloan's upcoming debut album, set for release in 2025. As part of this project, Sloan also directs and edits the music videos for his songs, which are available on YouTube. And then prior to that, we have the song I Like You by Phillies, Pat and Mac from the 2024 I Like You single on Into the Groove Records. According to Pat Durkin from Pat and Mac, this song was written from the perspective of being really into someone and not knowing how to tell them and being afraid how they will react. Disproportionate by Gainesville, Florida's Dude Chill preceded that from their 2024 self-released Disproportionate single. Prior to that, we had Dreams in Lifeboats by Fairfax, Virginia's The Noises Inside, featuring Rhode Island's Court Lee on vocals. This song was released in 2024 on Bad Rep Records. My thoughts went to my daughter and the world she and her peers inherited, notes The Noises Inside's Jay Douglas in writing this song. This is my attempt to apologize for failing to make any impact whatsoever on anything, and hoping they get a chance to do what we could not. Blonde Wig on a Broomstick by New York City's Goodbye Charlemagne opened side 2 from their 2024 self-released album, We Have Your Son, but Please Take Him Back. It should be noted that Kevin Frolix, who is the main guy behind Goodbye Charlemagne, says that he is a failed comedian, failed musician. I don't know. I don't think so. I think you got it going on, man. And you got to keep going with this, because if you're making songs like this, I think you're onto something. Keep going. Keep going with it. You'll find your mark soon. I know that we live in a time where everything has to be instantaneous and we need instant gratification and careers on the spot, but it sounds like you're doing something that's worth doing and you're putting the work in. And I know that eventually this will pay off. And that goes for every band on this mixtape, every band on this podcast. Keep trudging along, because it's going to happen one day. It's not instantaneous. And I think that sometimes when you have to be your own PR person on social media, it feels like that you watch how many people are listening to your music, how many engagements you get. That's all bullshit. You know, if you love making music, if you love making art, it takes time. You'll find your audience. They'll find you. Don't listen to social media. Don't listen to algorithms and metrics and all this other flaming hoop bullshit that they put us through to make life somehow more difficult than easy. If you love making music, if you love doing comedy, I say just keep going. Just keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop doing what you're doing. That's my advice. I hope that means something to somebody out there. All right, anyway. We have no letters today. We have no letters ever. But if you'd like to write into the podcast with actual listener correspondence, please send your letters to afterglow-echoplex@gmail.com. Now let's go to the copy. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Afterglow Echoplex podcast. This podcast would not be possible without the contributions of the absolutely wonderful bands featured on today's episode. I highly encourage you to check out each of these bands by going to their website and BandCamp pages. Please see the show notes for info and links. Buy an album in the format of your choosing. If any of these bands are touring and coming to your town, go see them. After the show, ask the band members if they're dutiful Americans who have registered to vote. If they are, and have not yet, encourage them to visit vote.gov and register to vote in their state. Afterglow Echoplex is produced, compiled, and recorded by Anthony King. Hey, that's me! Today's episode was produced in direct collaboration with the bands featured here. Intro and outro song by Lilies. Thanks, Kurt. Late night theme song performed by the incredibly talented Ben Surname Schwartz. Please see the show notes for the link to Ben's website. Afterglow Echoplex is a Rocket Science Alliance production. Okay, so you're in a band, right? And you heard the music that's on this show, and you're thinking, hey, I want to be a part of that. Well, you can be. If you want your songs considered for an upcoming episode of the Afterglow Echoplex, by all means, send a WAV file of your song to afterglow-echoplex@gmail.com. Please make sure to include your contact info and band's links. If you liked what you heard today, please rate, review, subscribe, and turn on the notifications for this show on the podcast catcher of your choice. Or go to your favorite bar and get a nice frosty beer. Thank you again for listening to today's show. Coming up on the next episode of the Afterglow Echoplex podcast, we have one hell of a jam-packed show. Seriously, I don't think your ears can handle the supreme auditory deluge coming your way. We're talking music from Waves Crashing, Mannequin Flowers, 10 Million Lights, and much, much, much more. Make sure to leave room for dessert. You're gonna need it. Until next time, keep celebrating the scene, you scene celebrators, you.